Speed Station welcomes you to Darlington, South Carolina for the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, Mountain Dew Southern 500. Chip Ganassi Racing sweeps the front row, with Kurt Busch scoring his fourth pole of the year above teammate Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, Kevin Harvick, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon, and Eric Jones rounding out the top 10.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Stage 1 concludes on lap 49, and Stage 2 concludes on lap 98 of this 147-lap race. All the stages split up into even thirds. And we are green at Darlington. Kurt Busch tries to get the jump above his teammate Larson. Going into turn 1, the 1 and 42 file into the inside line. But now Buescher puts the nose under the 42, and Chris Buescher is now taken second. The red roof numbers and red spoilers represent playoff participation of the 16 drivers that made the playoffs. And Kurt Busch will easily lead lap 1, above Chris Buescher, Kyle Larson, and Daniel Suarez. Suarez jumping up to third. Inside line definitely dominant. The top two drivers, Busch and Buescher, did not make the playoffs this season, but they could still be a spoiler by winning here today. Kyle Busch not having a very good run right now, trapped in 36th spot, running behind Landon Castle. Martin Truex Jr. once again looks to the inside of the 41. Through turns 3 and 4, he has now taken third position. Ryan Blaney follows the 19 up into fourth, and Martin Truex Jr. has blown an engine. Through turns 1 and 2, Truex has blown the engine, and the caution is out. As we race back to the yellow, Kurt Busch is the leader above Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, Daniel Suarez, and Joey Logano. What a huge blow to the driver who entered this race as the point leader by 5 points over Kevin Harvick. Is already going to be out of the race on lap 7 and finish 41st position. First car off pit road is Kurt Busch getting out above Chris Buescher, and Daniel Suarez up into third. We are back green on lap 11. Kurt Busch gets a great jump above the 37 car. Brad Keselowski trying to take third spot off the 41. He will get the spot off of turn 2. Keselowski already looking on the inside of the 37 now. Buescher tries to dive it into 3 to get ahead of the 2. And Chris Buescher will retain the spot. Chris Buescher right on the back bumper of the 1, looks to the inside. And Chris Buescher is now the leader in the Southern 500. Kurt Busch already dropping to 5th spot with that one move. Chris Buescher now leads over Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, and Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez trying to take 4th spot off of Austin Dillon. He got the spot. Eric Jones gets turned off of turn number 4, and the caution flag is back out. As we race back to the yellow, Chris Buescher is the leader above Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Daniel Suarez, and Austin Dillon. Jones gets turned by his own teammate Kyle Busch into the inside safer barrier. First car off pit road is Chris Buescher, getting out ahead of Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Daniel Suarez. We are back green on lap 23. Keselowski right on the back bumper of the 37 through turns 1 and 2. Keselowski looks to the inside. And through turns 3 and 4, Brad Keselowski is now the leader. He loses the spot, though, off the corner. Chris Buescher gets a great run on the outside line through turns 3 and 4. Cuts right down in front of the 2 and has retaken the lead. But now Keselowski trying to reset up the very same move. He's right alongside the 37. Still can't complete the pass with the runs the 37 gets on exit. This time the 2 might get it. Yes, he does. Brad Keselowski's now the leader. Harvick moves up into second. Harvick goes to the inside of the 2 through turns 3 and 4. 2's able to pull right back alongside him. Into 1, the 2 car has cleared the 4, but Harvick tries to get right back to the inside. And Kevin Harvick is now the leader. So now Harvick leads Brad Keselowski, Clint Bowyer, Austin Dillon, and Daniel Suarez. Bowyer once again goes lower than the 2. And Clint Bowyer is now taken second with Austin Dillon moving up into third. Kyle Busch has driven his way all the way up into the top 10. Currently resides in 5th spot, but will take 4th off of Brad Keselowski. The lap car of Eric Jones blocks the 4 car of Harvick. That allows the whole field to gain ground. And a bit of a stack up for the lead now. They're just riding behind the 20. Harvick goes low. There was a little bit of contact between the 3 and 14 as Harvick gets a significant gap above his teammate Clint Bowyer. Kyle Busch looks to the inside of the 3, and Kyle Busch has driven his way up to 2nd spot. Kyle Busch has got a great run on the 4 car. Busch looks to the inside of the 4. Going into turn 1, Kyle Busch is now the leader. Chris Buescher looks to the inside of the 4 through turns 1 and 2. And Buescher's now taken second. We now have 10 laps to go in stage 1. And Daniel Hemrick's blown an engine. Caution flag is back out. As we race back to the caution, Kyle Busch is the leader above Chris Buescher, Kevin Harvick, and Austin Dillon. And the first car off of pit road is Chris Buescher, getting out above Kevin Harvick, Clint Bowyer, and Kyle Busch falling to 4th. We are back green with only 5 to go in stage 1. Kyle Busch already trying to take 3rd spot off of Clint Bowyer, with the 4 car of Harvick trying to get to the inside of the 37. A little bit of shoving going on between turns 1 and 2. And Kyle Busch has a huge run on the 4. Already going to the inside. But he can't quite get to the 4 car, as Chris Buescher still leads. There was contact between the 37 and 4. Buescher blocking the 4 and 18 cars to win the first stage. They touch even more. Only 2 to go. Harvick started to fall off the 37. Kyle Busch dives to the inside of the 4. And Busch will take second. Harvick fights back on the outside and will retain 2nd spot as the white flag is out for stage 1. Off of turn 4, Chris Buescher has now won stage 1 at Darlington. Point out that's Buescher's 2nd stage win in a row after winning the 2nd stage at Daytona and now the 1st stage at Darlington. And the first car off pit road is Chris Buescher getting out above Kevin Harvick and Ryan Newman. Kyle Busch made severe contact with Bailey Curry coming out of his pit stall, so severe right side damage on the 18 may affect performance. We are back green on lap 54. Chris Buescher gets a good jump above the 4 car of Harvick, but Harvick kind of closing the gap as we exit turn 2. Right on the back bumper as we enter 3, had to back off. Chris Buescher still holds the lead above Harvick and Newman. Contact between the 3 and the 18. Kyle Busch is around. Chase Elliott involved. The 14 car is involved. Oh, 2 flips. McDowell is upside down. Reagan is upside down. The big one has occurred on the back straight. As we race back to the caution, Chris Buescher is the leader above the 4 car of Harvick, Newman, Hamlin, and Austin Dillon. Dillon tries to spin the 18, then Busch gets up into his teammate. Then Dillon continues to spin the 18 car more and more sideways until he finally gets up into the outside wall. Chase Elliott collides with him, the 14 with a big impact. Derek Cope involved. Paul Menard, I believe, is involved. Jimmy Johnson, Tyler Reddick. The 2 front row motorsports cars go upside down. 17 car makes a big impact. Buescher, Harvick, Newman, and Hamlin are pitting, but Dillon, Logano, Bowman, and Keselowski will stay out. First car out of the pits is Ryan Newman, above Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Matt DiBenedetto, and Chris Buescher. An update on the playoff drivers: Clint Bowyer has retired and will finish 26th. Chase Elliott is retired and will finish 27th. Tyler Reddick is retired and will finish 28th. Kyle Busch will finish 29th. And Martin Truex Jr. will finish 41st. Those are the playoff drivers who are currently out of the race. We are back green on lap 60. Dillon gets a good jump above the 22. Down the back straight, Denny Hamlin trying to pass Eric Almirola for 5th spot. The 10 car will fight back on the outside and retake the spot. Joey Logano trying to take the lead off the 3. Through turns 1 and 2, now the Team Penske cars are 1-2 with Logano leading Keselowski. Keselowski goes to the inside on the 22. And Brad Keselowski with a damaged race car is now the leader. So now Keselowski leads above Logano, Austin Dillon, Eric Almirola, and Alex Bowman. Paul Menard is currently the lowest scored playoff driver that is still running, runs in 20th spot. Joey Logano starting to close the gap on his teammate Keselowski. Last time by, the separation was only 0.2 of a second. Keselowski now has the lap car of Eric Jones to deal with. He goes to the inside and will get past the 20 cleanly. But Jones will block Logano and Dillon. Ryan Blaney trying to take second off of Logano. But Joey Logano will retain the spot using the lap car of Eric Jones as a pick. Using that lap car to his advantage, Keselowski's now put a 4-second gap above his teammate Joey Logano. Eric Jones has been pit maneuvered by Daniel Suarez down the back straight. Caution flag is out. As we race back to the caution, Brad Keselowski is the leader above Joey Logano, Eric Almirola, and Austin Dillon. This is the second time today Eric Jones has been pit maneuvered. This time by Suarez, although he kept it off the wall. And Brad Keselowski will get off pit road in first above his teammate Joey Logano and Austin Dillon. We are back green with 21 to go in stage 2. The 22's right on the back bumper of the 2. And Logano is going to try to send it into turn 3 on the inside line. Logano holds the lead momentarily. The 2's coming with momentum. Keselowski led that lap. But through turn 1, Joey Logano will take the lead. Kevin Harvick now up to second. The top 4 are lined up nose to tail. Ryan Blaney is now under the 2 car. And Blaney is taken third. Harvick looks to the inside of the 22. And Harvick has taken the lead. 12 car looks to the inside of the 4. Hill can't quite make the move. So now Harvick leads Blaney, Keselowski, Almirola, and Bowman. Blaney is much better through turns 1 and 2 than the 4. And Ryan Blaney looks to the inside. They are side by side. Blaney holds the lead for a moment. 4 has the momentum on the outside. Harvick led that lap and re-clears the 12 into 1. Now Blaney once again goes to the inside. Down the back straight with help from Eric Almirola. Ryan Blaney is once again retaking the lead. 20 car of Jones blocks the 12, just as he's blocked everyone today. And Brad Keselowski has momentum on the inside. Blaney uses the 20 to try and block the inside line. Now Roger Penske holds the top 3 spots. Keselowski goes to the inside and is now taking the lead. 3 wide. 10 car almost gets turned, but whoa, the 41 gets turned to the outside. Big mess through turns 1 and 2. Harvick is involved. The 37 has front end damage. And as we race back to the yellow, Brad Keselowski is the leader above Joey Logano and Eric Almirola. So they try to go 3 wide through 1 and 2, which the track is only wide enough for 2 cars. Squeeze right back up into the outside wall. The 12 almost goes over. 95 involved, Jimmy Johnson involved, Denny Hamlin as well. Austin Dillon with a lot of damage. Ryan Newman also with some damage. Paul Menard also got some damage after being turned by Timmy Hill in the 66 car. First car off of pit road is Joey Logano getting out above Eric Almirola. We are back green with only 7 to go in stage 2. Larson already going to the inside of Preece, trying to take 4th spot, with Keselowski going under the 10 to take 2nd. Keselowski's got the spot. Logano still holds the lead. The 2 car looks to the inside on the 22. And Brad Keselowski's now got the lead. Larson up to 2nd, Almirola into 3rd. Larson's got a huge run going into turn 3. On the inside line, trying to take the lead. He had it momentarily, but the 2's coming with momentum. Larson led that lap. Into turn 1, Kyle Larson's now the leader with Almirola into 2nd. And Ryan Preece getting a great run in the 47, runs in 3rd. Would you believe me if I said Quinn Hoff is challenging Brad Keselowski for 6th position? Incredible job. Joey Logano looks to the inside, the 47, and is now taking 3rd spot. And the white flag is out for Larson in stage 2. Daniel Suarez has moved up into 5th spot. And off of turn 4, Kyle Larson will win stage 2. Joey Logano is the only taker for pit road this time by. And the green flag is out for the final stage. Keselowski already looks to the inside the 10. Trying to take 2nd. He gets the spot. Suarez trying to follow suit to take 3rd. Larson's got a pretty good separation above Keselowski. So now Larson leads above Keselowski, Suarez, Preece, and Buescher. Joey Logano with fresh tires has just now made it back into the top 10. Now challenging Eric Almirola for 8th position. Suarez and Keselowski make contact off of turn 2. Suarez trying to send a message. Suarez dives to the inside of the 2. And entering turn 3, he's going to try and take second off of Keselowski. Logano's driven his way all the way up into 7th spot on fresh tires. Suarez has got a great run on Larson. Right on the back bumper of the 42 through turns 1 and 2. Remember, Suarez is a playoff contender. Once again, Jones is here to block. That slowed up both the 42 and 41 to allow the 2 and 22 to gain ground. Larson goes low and will get around the 20, as will Suarez, Keselowski, and Logano. It looks like the 47 is going to get trapped behind the 20 car of Jones. Logano's gotten around the 2 car of Keselowski and is now up into 3rd. Suarez still trying to make a move around the 42. Logano looks to the inside of Suarez through turns 3 and 4. Logano is now up to 2nd. Logano's got a huge run on the 42. Down the back straightaway, Logano trying to make a move to the inside. Will follow behind the 42 through 3 and 4. Logano is much faster than Larson on fresh rubber, but he just can't get around the 42. Suarez going to the inside of the 22 and is now up to 2nd. Suarez getting another shot at the 42. Logano trying to make a move to the inside of Suarez. And Logano's now retaken 2nd with a fender below the 42. They make contact off of turn 2. But still Logano cannot get under the 42 car. This is an incredible battle for the lead. And Kyle Larson will be bringing it down pit road this time by. Joey Logano will stay out with Daniel Suarez. Suarez is going to bring it down this time by as well, but Logano will stay out. The damaged number 4 car of Kevin Harvick has now moved up to 2nd, who is as well staying out along with the 22. With this far off of a pit strategy, Logano might have to pray for a yellow to stay on the lead lap after he pits. A yellow flag is out. We've had a wreck involving Josh Bilicki, and Eric Jones has been pit maneuvered once again by Logano, who needed this caution. Logano plays the strategy perfectly and will lead us back to the caution. Eric Almirola tries to turn Bilicki off of turn 2, which succeeds but ends up getting Almirola turned as well. Then Logano just pit maneuvers Eric Jones down the straightaway, and Landon Castle plow into this crash, along with Jimmy Johnson, Denny Hamlin, more playoff drivers involved. Kurt Busch, huge impact with the 48. We are back green on lap 133. Logano gets a great jump above Josh Bilicki, who has significant damage and will likely not be a contender for the win. This is the battle for 3rd position. Suarez trying to take it off of Larson. Trouble! The 2 cars around. So is the 95. Caution flag is out. Joey Logano will lead us back to the caution. Keselowski tries to move the 41 out of the way, but ends up getting himself turned by the 37 of Chris Buescher, hard to the inside wall, right back up into the lane of traffic, and the 95 T-bones him in the driver's side door. We are back green with only 9 laps to go. Logano has a good buffer between himself and 3rd spot, with several lap cars in between him and Larson, as Josh Bilicki holds 2nd. Logano was able to put a great lead over 2nd spot that time by 1.3 seconds as a separation. The gap between Logano and Larson is now 3.3 seconds, with only 3.5 laps to go. Now only 2 laps to go for Logano. No challenge from behind. The gap stayed the same at about 3.3 seconds. Trouble! The 66 car almost got turned around by Ryan Newman. No caution. And the white flag is out for Joey Logano. And off of turn 4, Logano will punch his ticket to the round of 12 with a win in the Southern 500. Logano's first win since November of 2018 in Homestead, and Logano now becomes the 15th different winner of the season. Remember, the record is 19 winners. Joey Logano finally wins above Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, Ryan Newman, Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney, Ryan Preece, and Josh Bilicki. While Joey Logano moves to the top of the standings with his win, Kevin Harvick, the only driver more than one race of points above the cut line with 52 points above, everyone down from third down has a shot of either missing or making the round of 12. Currently, Kyle Busch resides 7 points below the cutoff, Jimmy Johnson 7 points above, and Paul Menard in his final season is 12 points above, 10th in points. Next race is race 2 of the round of 16 at Richmond Raceway. Catch it right here on the Speed Station. This is the coldest cup of coffee I think I've ever tasted. It's also the most disgusting. Here, take a listen. Oh, it's bad. It's real bad. Tastes like urine with floor wax. A little bit of mineral oil in there. What's that? Moth extract? A little bit of smoked cigarette paper.